pour the tea.
Hey y'all. Hello. Take two. Let's run it back, Turbo. Okay. Welcome to the third episode of For the Hit. If you can figure it out. You know, Mulan is opening it up perfectly.
It works out well. It has nothing in it, Goofy.
Okay. Here's our thing.
Neither of you brought a cup.
It's okay.
Smart Water is not sponsoring our episode.
Okay, well, Chick-fil-A can. So, Chick-fil-A.
Give us free stuff. One.
Yeah.
Close enough. Again?
I'm just playing. In all seriousness, though, welcome to the third episode of For the Tea. As you can see, we are going to do what we want, when we want, how we want, and we will not get canceled. At least we'll try not to. Can't make no promises.
Today we're bringing in a guest that's going to help to bring things a little bit nicer.
She will help keep us on track.
Yeah, this should go well, but we're about to find out. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into multi-guest here. So with that, let's welcome our special guest for this episode, and that is now famous TikToker, cosplayer, Instagram model, whatever you want to call her. We know her as Ashley, but she goes as and Cosplay on here, so let's get her in here.
There you go.
Okay. Now's where you shift.
All right.
And there she is. All right. I think we can hear you.
All right, cool. As long as I can hear everybody.
Let me throw the volume up here a little bit, although I think that's about as good as we're going to get. So. Yep. All righty. So, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can. We're good now.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I mean, again, we're here to discuss cosplay and women that have taken that upon themselves, as well as how it would enhance the love of WWE, the love of just any type of media per se. You've definitely taken on a bigger role in this, Ashley, than we have, although we've certainly tried our hands at it. Photos to come shortly. But I'm gonna let the ladies take over here. But y'all chat it up here and just see where this goes.
Got it.
Okay. So me personally, I haven't done cosplay yet. So I guess I'm interested. What got you started?
So I kind of got into the game pretty late. Like, I didn't start cosplay until 2017, which I get kind of jealous of some of my friends that cosplayed since they were in middle school and did really cringy anime cosplays back in the day. I wish I had that experience. But yeah, we just started going to Comic Cons because I'm from the Chicago area, so there's tons of Comic Cons around here. Started going to them. I was really big into Marvel and Star Wars at the time, which now I'm really burnt out on it, but back then I loved it and cosplayed all that stuff. And now I'm still a pretty new wrestling fan. It was probably 3 years ago when I started to get into it. And then going to WrestleMania in Dallas is when I was totally hooked and never looked back. So I'm still pretty new to that, but once I get really into something, I'm so obsessed with wrestling, so I gotta cosplay it. That's the thing I do. I gotta make stuff.
So to answer the question, I didn't start getting into it until I met Haley and Savannah. Which story with that is I was kind of walking around. We were walking around Access, and I saw two girls who were dressed as Sasha Banks and Bailey, and it was the Hooker version of Bailey before she turned heel. And I was like, oh, cool, that looks so cool. I wanna get to meet them, this, that, the third, and whatnot. And so, it ended up where I'm just sitting here walking around, and I've seen them more than one time, and I finally got the courage to go up to them and ask them for a picture. And I said, I like your cosplay. How'd y'all get into it? What made y'all want to do these two? And I found out the backstory is they're actually best friends in real life, which is interesting because Sasha and Bailey are best friends. But
That's so good.
I got into it after seeing them do it. And I fell in love with it, and I've cosplayed multiple people, and I really like Ashley said, I didn't get into it until like late. What year was it? Was it?
It was 34, so that would have been 6 years ago. So
Yeah,
right
so
around the same time, actually.
I've been doing it for
No way.
years now, and it's great. And I want to continue to do it. I want to try what is it? Cosplaying as multiple people. I've multiple like cosplayed as multiple women. I want to try doing like it from the men's perspective. So Ashley, I'm kind of like I'm not envious of you. I'm kind of excited because I was like, oh, this girl is doing Cody Rhodes. Oh my god, I was in love. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it out there. I was in love with the whole cosplay for Cody. So that was like badass awesome. Thank you. So yeah, I know you cosplay for a wrestling. Who all have you cosplayed? I know Cody Rhodes, and I saw the progress for that. By the way, my question is: did he finish seeing the finished progress or process to the outfit for him?
He did actually see it on Twitter. One of the videos I posted of me like making it like a whole compilation, the finished product, and that was really freaking cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, I tried to make like a list earlier today because I was like, how I just like randomly make stuff if I have things in my closet or just put together a look for fun. But I know the ones, Cody was the first one and probably my biggest one because that was such a an undertaking. But I love that costume. And then I did Jamie Hayter. Oh my God. I put my notes on my phone, so I can't even look at them. But Danhausen is one that I'm like working on
Nice.
revamping a little for a convention soon. God, oh, Charlotte Flair, that was another big
Oh
one that
yeah,
I
I
did.
saw that one. I saw that one. I was like,
That
oh
one
wow,
was
that looks really good.
Now,
thank
now
you.
my question for you, and you'll have to just pretend I'm in the camera because I'm behind it. You I know you say you work, in graphic design and whatnot, so your time kind of varies depending upon the work, but clearly you've found time to really put your heart into stuff like this. So just out of curiosity, depending upon what it is, I mean, how much time does it truly take to get this thing exactly to the way you want it? Are you super like OCD about these kind of things, or is it just kind of going along with the fun? Like, what's the process?
I try not to get like too in the weeds with stuff. I mean, like I want it to look nice, but like I'm super gluing stuff and hot gluing stuff. Like the craftsmanship is not like 100% because like I'm just excited and want to wear this stuff. But I try to keep track of hours on big builds, and I know for Cody it was like 40 something hours I think I like totaled up. But that was just a lot of like details adding, and it just like goes, I don't know, when I lock in, I'm like I could like work on stuff for hours. It's just so fun to me.
And I was gonna say, I'm sure it's got a lot of enjoyability with it because I mean, we know wrestlers like Bianca Belair, are known
Oh
for
yeah.
she's known for making her own gear and having to find the time. So is it really easy for you to find the motivation, or is it sometimes a little harder to to pull the string on it than others?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like I have all these ideas when I'm sitting at like work at my desk and I'm just like so excited to go home and like try some stuff, and then by the time the day is over, I'm like I'm done with like the creative energy and I like really wish I could like push through, but sometimes it's really a pain. And I love following Bianca because like seeing her do that stuff while also like on the road is just like blows my mind. There was a video where she was like working on it like backstage, I think.
I'm convinced. I don't think she sleeps because there is no
I
way she
know.
gets all this stuff done. Plus, does all the media. She wrestles every night.
No, seriously, like I need a piece of her, just a piece. You can donate it, please. But I'm telling you.
But the one that you've recently put out, and this is one that kind of segues into something that Kia was talking about earlier, was the ability to not just cosplay just female characters, but also moving into male characters as well. And you've recently done one for Woken Matt Hardy. So what was it like
Yeah, I forgot
doing
about
not
that
only
one.
that one, but also we've seen other male characters as well. So is there a different mindset, or do you go into it the same?
It's definitely different, and I think that's why I actually gravitate towards doing like, I guess some people call it gender bent cosplays, because it's like I get to take that design, but then make it like I can adjust it however I want to, fit myself a little bit better and like put my spin on it. And I usually like with those, like my Cody cosplay, it's in my pinned post on Twitter, but like I started out by doing a sketch of it first so I can be like see what sort of like gear I wanted to do underneath. Like I did shorts instead of like full tights, like make it more feminine, but then like drawing it out I can picture that and then I can like dive in that way. So that's why I think that's why I like doing like men's wrestlers, because it's like I could just interpret it however I want, and I think that's like really fun to me.
So, I'm sorry, I thought one of y'all had something. Okay. And I've had a list of questions in case it was just stuff that kind of threw out here. So we've got a good combination here on our side. Kia has, several years of experience. She gets to play, she has the African American side, but also playing, Caucasian characters. She's caught some love for some folks, flack from others. But then you also have Alyssa, who right now has virtually no experience. What would you offer as advice for someone who might potentially want to get into something like this?
Oh, that's a good. I know a lot of people say like getting into cosplaying and stuff, like just start easy or start small, but like I do the opposite because it's really like if there's something or someone you really really like, that's when you're gonna have fun working on it. So like even if you dive into something really big, a lot of my stuff too, like the Charlotte robe I made completely from scratch, but some other stuff like my Cody cosplay, I started with just like a long red trench coat that I totally cut up. So it's like you can find stuff to start like as a base and then it's not so overwhelming too. But really, I think the most important thing is like picking something you really, really like and would be happy to spend hours working on.
Don't you worry about that, monkey.
I was gonna say, what's your dream? Like, if you could cosplay anyone right now, who would it be?
Romana Reigns down here.
That would be so sweet.
If I could cosplay anyone, trying to get back to you on that. I know as far as women, I've been wanting to do Bianca.
Yes.
And she's had many different outfits that I could have tried. The one that I really still want to get behind is the one where she had the whole, what is it? Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, that cosplay where she came out on NXT.
The Egyptian type of look that she had at one of the takeovers.
Yeah, I want to do that one. I'm still strong behind that one, but I know she's had many others. I wanted to try. Well, who else do I want to try? I wanted to try that one. Naomi. I want to try a couple more of Naomi's, like when she was away from WWE. I want to try that.
Oh my god, yeah,
I want to try some of Sasha's, but I would say, I wouldn't say Sasha. I'd say, how did she pronounce her name?
Mercedes Monet. Now.
That's exactly. I want to try some of those. And from the men's perspective, I'm not quite sure right now. I have to get back to you on that.
Yeah, it's hard to like answer that question on the spot because people are like, "What's your dream costume?" and I have no idea.
Well, we ended up hitting it pretty big at one of the manias we went to. I ended up going to that, and then we went to Starcade later that year. But I went as the Fiend right after he won the Universal Championship, and Kia went with a cosplay of Abby the Witch, the little doll that used to be in the Funhouse. And it was amazing how many people just around our local area knew who they were. And you wouldn't have expected that walking into your local Taco Bell or your local grocery store. On Halloween, that's something you're not expecting is to get recognized so easily.
Yeah, I thought that too when I started with wrestling cosplay. Like, I not that it's a niche fandom, but I guess like when you're going to a Comic-Con, like it's a little more like of a smaller crowd than like, Marvel fans and stuff. So I never really knew I didn't like know what I was getting myself into, but like people when they recognize it get so excited and like a lot more people recognize it than I would even think. And it's really I love it.
Out of curiosity, what's on the? Can we get any insight or any red tape on what the future holds for Ashley and cosplay?
Well, right now I'm actually going to Squared Circle Expo in Indianapolis this weekend, so I am waiting for that. That's what I made my Broken Matt Hardy cosplay for. So gonna meet him there, and I'm like really nervous. But then after that, I'm going to C2E2 in Chicago, and I'm working on my Dan House and cosplay a little more since I never wore it in public, and I think it'll be really fun because I have like teeth I plan to give to people and stuff. And then working on a Liv Morgan cosplay since my friend's doing Rhea and Becky, so it'll be a little girls group would be fun.
Sounds fantastic. It really does spark that extra little bit of energy and whatnot. And this is the. I know I've kind of asked a couple of questions here, but I'm just curious to get thoughts on the matter from another perspective. We always try to grab as many as we can, but how do you feel it enhances your love of the not just wrestling in WWE, AEW, etc., but just of any genre you're doing things? How does it enhance it, and how does it make it more enjoyable for you as well as the people you're around?
I think it really like starts a great conversation because like just walking around, as a normal person, like no one's ever gonna like come right up to you and talk to you about your interests. But like, wearing wrestling cosplay somewhere, it's like somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I like love this, I love so and so," and then just like sparks a whole conversation about it, which is really awesome. Last year's C2E2, that's the big Comic Con in Chicago, fell on the same weekend as WrestleMania, which was like a little annoying. But me and my friends wore different wrestling cosplays, and like people just kept coming up and being like, "Oh, well, like, what are your predictions for tonight? Like, what do you think's gonna happen?" And then on Sunday, it was like, "What do you think about last night?" Like, it was just really, it's cool because you get to relate to people in a whole different way, and it makes it so much more fun.
Well, ladies, any parting thoughts or anything? Because hey, we have our attention for a couple more minutes here. If you got any questions or thoughts towards the future and what you hope to see from Ashley and other cosplayers coming soon.
I just personally hope to see more wrestling cosplay for sure.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say,
Like,
like, I don't want to ask you the same question you asked us, but like, who do you have? Like, who's your dream person? Like, oh my gosh, if I could play them, I'd be so happy. Or,
um, God, it's so hard, but like I feel like it's cheating since I already like have a cosplay, but I really want to do like Cody's like last WrestleMania look with the big like white wings he had on the cape. Like I kind of started getting pieces for that. I just haven't had time to commit, but I really want that so I can walk around with like that huge dramatic cape with wings on
oh,
it. I
that'll be
think
so
that's my
fun.
goal.
That'll be so fun. We'll be rooting when you get it. Oh,
Hopefully, he won't be shaking hands like a politician like he was last time.
Oh my god, yeah, don't.
okay. I was like, the politician.
I'm
You're right.
traumatized.
Well, we've seen how your cosplay has made you obviously not just a bigger name on social media. You were on the Raw opening and the commercials and whatnot. So the world has definitely taken notice of you, and we did as well, and very appreciative of you being the first pour of the tea guest that we've had. Hopefully, the first of many, and time allowing, I definitely feel like we're going to want you back here again at some point in the future. So definitely keep them coming, and thank you so much for your time. And just if you end up going to Mania, and I know you said you're going to Chicago, just be safe.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me too. I'll definitely tune in for any other episode and better see you guys making some new cosplays. because they're
We're definitely
awesome.
going to start getting to work on that. Ladies, anything? Listen.
I think it's fun to get to talk. Like you can see your stuff online, and sit there and watch. I like that I was able to go through and kind of see all the stuff that you've done. And I think I also like the fact that you don't only do like the wrestling stuff. You kind of just do a little bit of everything. So I think it's fun
Hmm.
to watch. So thank you for sharing that stuff.
Yeah, of course. That's super encouraging too, because sometimes I'm like, does anybody even like really, want to see this in progress post? But no, it's good to know that that's appreciated. So I'll post like
It's nice to
crazy.
know where it came from.
Yeah. I like seeing in progress stuff. I think it's cool to see not just the finished product. So that's good to know. I'll keep posting.
Well, we very much again appreciate your time. Hang around. We're gonna drop a couple of photos of your stuff as well as our stuff, and definitely give you a good shout out here at the end. But thank you so much for seeing us. Go enjoy NXT if you want to, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Ashley. All right, let's end the multi-guest here so we can jump back into our standard thing here. We gotta wait for the studio to kick back in here. There we go. Don't know if y'all want to transition or you're just gonna stay where you're at. But anyway, I definitely think that this was something that encourages people to want to do this kind of thing because there's always this dynamic in wrestling that says, oh, it's just for men and whatnot. And over the last 8 to 10 years, you've seen that, evolution, no pun intended by any means, of women now wanting to get more into this. And the cosplay world has really kind of allowed for that to open. So I'm just going to let y'all kind of, steer this conversation where you want it to go. In the meantime, I'm going to throw some pictures up to not only demonstrate the work that we've done, but also the work that our guest Ashley has done. She mentioned her Matt Hardy, Cody Rhodes, amongst others. So we'll get a chance to see those and shout her out. She's over in the top hand corner. I know it's kind of small, but it's at and cosplay on Instagram, or something similar to that on Facebook. She's on Twitter. She's on TikTok. So you can find her just about anywhere. But ladies, chat away while I just put some pictures up as we go along.
I'm kind of curious to see what she's going to put up here.
Well, that's her Woken Matt Hardy one. That's the one that she was just recently working on. She has a TikTok on there. She does the hair and the look. She's got the boots. The whole 9 yards. Really, takes the time to put into it. Wow. Let's see. That's her Charlotte one.
Oh yeah,
that's the one where she talks about. I'm almost 100% key. I think we passed her at like 37 or 38. I'm because big and bright and light blue. It's kind of hard to miss that. Yeah. But she does also carry, of course, into other genres as well. This would be her in the Star Wars universe. Okay. I'm going to assume it sure looks like Star Wars anyway.
Your guess is better than mine.
Well, I mean, I'll have to compare it up to my Sith Stalker one from a couple of years ago.
There you go.
But it did all right. Let's see. That was Rudd. What was John Cena's character?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh crud! I'm drawing a blank. I was about to yell Deadpool, and I'm like, that is not Deadpool.
That's
so
not correct. I can tell you that.
Oh
I want to say like. It's something, y'all. I'm loud and wrong. Leave it alone. Hey, somebody got to do it, right?
Oh gosh. Punisher?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not.
This is what I get for being old. I gotta change the thing. Next one. And then of course the one that made her famous, the infamous Cody Rhodes jacket from 38. It got her on the commercials. It got her on the video. She's on the Raw intro video. So, she does fantastic work, but also like she mentioned, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, no doubt some money involved, a lot of TME. That's gotta come with the territory. And that's not to say that, anyone can't be able to enjoy this kind of stuff. We've been to, events ourselves. We went to Mania last year or the year before, and we ran into a pair of young ladies that, ultimately ended up being, cosplay. It looks like that's Naomi and Sasha on, before they won the tag titles, or maybe it was the night after they won them. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's encouraging to see, you can tell it's making a difference in the lives of, young, men and women. But in this particular instance, this is what's going to captivate these women to want to continue to keep being a part of this as we go along. Oh, and don't worry, I didn't leave us out of it. We have an opportunity to strut what we've done up to this point. But Kia, for the most part, mentioned her Naomi one. And there is that glow belt that is still the bane of my existence to this day. I cannot get those lights to stay on it. We did this.
I could never.
We did this during the pandemic, and we were stuck in our house. Like, this was back when the company that we were working for at the time, like, you couldn't even get into the building. Like, they told you, like, no, you're staying home. So we're sitting at our house, just bored. We had ordered the cosplay, but then they canceled Mania. So Kia didn't get a chance to wear it until the next year. But pulled off fantastic. The glow belt looked great for the month it stayed together. So that's something I think I might try my hand at again at some point. What else do I have? I've got her Becky Lynch one. This happened just before the pandemic. This was right before we went to Philly. But title belt. She got the boots. That was the custom made Becky Lynch jacket that was made for you. It had the Sasha and the Becky logo.
Credit goes to Kim Last Kicker. There we go. I'm so sorry. Credit goes to her. She was the one that kind of, what is it? She did the jacket. She made the jacket. And that jacket was probably like a surprise, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I could not fit in it when I got it. So I literally hung the jacket in my room and literally just started doing random exercises in front of this mirror right here, right there on the wall, to shrink down to actually be able to fit it, to get into the Becky Lynch outfit. So yeah, that's that whole backstory. Yeah, I mean, some people make theirs. That's all well and fine. For a lot, like Ashley makes hers. I give her props. I give her kudos. I don't got the sewing mentality like that. So mine usually is made by someone else, or I Amazon all the correct things to me and try it on, see how I look. Obviously, I pulled it together.
If it can't work with tie wraps and Velcro, it's not going to be for me, at least. So. And I can't wait to see Alyssa's first shot at all of this, whether it's Roman Reigns and Uso, Solo. Oh, come on, give Solo. We can give Solo some love. But let's see. We went into the next Mania. You went as Alexa Bliss in her funhouse playground, I guess. But that one was certainly fun to do, and also you definitely stood out because of the fewer people that were in. That was the first event with fans in almost a year. So you definitely stood out and made sure you went all out for that one. And then, of course, you ventured outside as well. We've got your Rosalina costume from a few Halloweens ago. Went well with our entire Mario and motif. I got stuck being Yoshi for some reason. But Cassius made an adorable little Mario, including the hair that wouldn't allow the hat to fit on his head. He had so much hair that the hat just sat on top because you could not squeeze it all into that little tiny hat.
Are we going to do a duo cosplay? Are we going to do solo cosplays? How's that going to work?
I don't know. But all I know is when I do inevitably make my debut, it's going to be something. You got to worry about this. What I'm doing. It's going to be.
The reality is, this is truly something that's made for for all people, you see people of all races, ages, shapes, sizes, everything, being part of something like this. You don't have to be model-esque to do something like this. Lord knows I don't fit the bill. I remember how excited I was to be Finn Balor that one time, and
Oh my god.
Kia walked out there and said, "Oh my gosh, you're Kevin Owens!"
That's who you look like to
Because
me.
I have a big gut. Next plate exchange next week, you'll get a chance to see if you've watched any of our episodes. But
You have to practice. Hey, this is who I'm trying to go for. Does it look? Because if you don't, you're gonna get the same result all over again. I'm not. I don't know what you would say.
yeah, it's fine. But either way, we're seeing this continuing evolution amongst every all parts and all genres of just all medias really. But in the wrestling world, especially when you start going to events like Mania and SummerSlam, you start going to WWE World and area, you can tell it's making a world of difference. So, that's why we, have come to appreciate it and participate ourselves. And Alyssa, we definitely look forward to your debut at some point, and to our guest Ashley tonight for taking the time to come talk with us for about 20 minutes amidst the technical difficulties at the beginning. I'm sorry, do we have something to add?
No. Turn off the camera real quick. Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes.
We do not condone violence on our show. Where's the little thing with the cat hanging from the little sensor? But I'm going to throw our little thing back up here again, just as we wrap things up, so that way everybody can be able to see what it is. But this was our episode for today. Again, that's where you're supposed
For
to.
the tape, baby.
With our very first guest, we're gonna try to see if we can get this TikTok guest thing down, because that was a nightmare, and we still didn't quite get it right. But we're gonna work on it as we go along. We're gonna get better at this. But Ashley, if you're still in the chat, or even if you're not, thank you
so much.
It was a joy to have you in here to chat about this kind of stuff. Again, at and cosplay, A&D cosplay. She might have, I believe, an underscore on one of her social medias. I want to say it's Twitter, or I guess it's X now. But she's on all the ones. She's got YouTube. She's got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, just like us. You can also find us on Hive if you're from the Great White North. So you can find us up there as well. But ultimately, I kind of like the idea of having guests on here. So anybody that's jumped in and wants to be next, let us know. That's it. But ladies, I'll throw you back on here. Final thoughts as we head into Mania week next week. That's just because of the whole thing that's over the top.
Either way, no, all jokes aside, now I'm looking forward to Mania. Excited. Hopefully we'll get some, I don't want to say closure on Cody and The Rock and Seth and Jay and Jimmy and Solo and Paul. Which
Hall of Famer. Paul. Do not disrespect the Paulus.
I think you disrespected him more.
Well, I've already put down my deposit for him to narrate my funeral, so.
It's alright. I'm on my business though. But yeah, we're gonna I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Got some good matches. Ready for the card, and
that card is stacked already, and they've still got plenty more to add.
Boy.
But you're going to be seeing plenty of us next week. Plate exchange coming up. We've got the extra plates from the NXT tag titles, as well as we finally got Kairi Sane's side plate. So we're finally ready to rock and roll and show those off. The ladies might drop a Mania-related pour of the tea if they've got time. But, with Mania week, that's our busiest week. 3 top rope spoilers, because we always split the 2 WrestleMania. So we're going to be here and busy. So be on the lookout. And then, of course, if you're in Philly, watch for those Mania Club jerseys. We're in green this year to represent, the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. That one's for you, Tam. But either way, we're going to have a good time and hopefully go enjoy ourselves. But speaking of enjoying things, let's go enjoy some NXT.
Yes. It's time.
Ladies, parting words.
Good night. Thank y'all for sitting with us. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.